Hi, this is Cassandra, and welcome to my blog, Luminous Star Network by Empower Network. Welcome. I just wanted to reiterate on the welcome, the welcome that I put out recently, and just to say that by no means do I mean to make anyone feel like they are not welcome to visit and leave comments for this blog. Men are certainly welcome to leave comments and to revisit my blog. Hopefully, men will get something out of my blog as well. I just want to reiterate that my intention is not to exclude anyone. I don't intend to exclude males or females or anyone for that matter who, would like to visit my blog. This is something I feel could be for everyone who knows someone with PTSD or, someone who is in their family that suffers from PTSD. This blog is for you. Particularly, it is geared towards the female military veteran who has been diagnosed with PTSD due to military sexual trauma. Now, having said that, I still welcome everyone to my blog, and I certainly welcome everyone to leave comments. This is something that I really look forward to because I think we all can learn something from each other. So, having said that, I'll get right to it. I want to talk about a recent post that I have, and the subject is military sexual trauma. It's not just a female thing, and it certainly isn't. There are males who serve in the military who also have been diagnosed with PTSD, and it was due to military sexual trauma. We hear that it's women who served in the military who have been diagnosed with PTSD due to military sexual trauma. But I just want to put out there that one of the reasons why I was inspired to post this is because after I was diagnosed with PTSD due to military sexual trauma, I began to learn a little bit more about PTSD. I have been to groups, have participated in groups, but during my time, in these groups, I began to learn a little bit more about how this, the PTSD due to military sexual trauma does not affect females. It affects males as well. So I have to admit that I didn't give a lot of thought to that possibility prior to the fact that men also were suffering, from PTSD due to military sexual trauma. I didn't give a lot of thought to that before learning more about it. So I have to say that I'm going to go ahead and step out and say, you know what, I really didn't think about it that much because I really did not feel that was something that can happen to men. So I just want to step out there, and hopefully I'm not offending anyone, but I just want to say that, I was one of those people that thought that, okay, this is something that, can only happen to a female. But that's just not true. It's not true. So when I posted that recently, it was around March 25th when I posted it, I just thought about that, and I said, you know what? I have spoken to men who served in the military who, they stepped up and they admitted that, okay, yes, I've had certain experiences in the military that, weren't so great, and, here I am now. I'm dealing with it, and so I'm reaching out to get some sort of support. And I think from that standpoint, I think that when men and women finally step up and say, you know what, I'm suffering from PTSD. This is the reality for me to deal with. Instead of me suffering by myself, I need to get off my butt and reach out in the community and try to get some kind of help. because right now I'm just living a nightmare. It's just a nightmare from day to day. And I can't keep going on like this. So I really commend, all of us who made that decision and said, you know what, I need to get some sort of support about this. This is nothing to be ashamed about. Now, I want to put out there, guys, at first, I was ashamed, very much ashamed. And I didn't talk to anybody about this because I didn't think a lot of people would understand. But then when I started getting the support I needed, then I realized I wasn't by myself. And I met people who suffer from PTSD, just like I did. Some of us suffer from PTSD due to military sexual trauma. Some of us suffer from PTSD due to combat, having undergone combat. And some of us women, yes, now, due to the new laws, now we can serve in the military on the front lines. Now, I don't know how some of you feel about that, but I certainly welcome the comments. And I'm not going to, my intention is not to make anyone feel less than by posting these blogs or to make anyone feel like this is something to be ashamed of, but actually the opposite. Hopefully these blogs that I post, what I post in my blog, hopefully they will, these posts will make you feel like, hey, I'm not by myself. And hopefully these posts will encourage you to take that first step, to reach out into your community and get the support that you finally realize that you need. Because some of us, frankly, I know I'm talking to some of you that they have not, you haven't gotten there yet. You haven't gotten there. You haven't said to yourself, you know what, I need help with this, or I need some sort of support. I need to incorporate the buddy system, just like what I learned in the military. I need to do that. Some of us, I understand, are not there yet. Again, my intention, or one of my intentions, is to reach the person or the people who have served in the military, particularly the females, who feel like that they're alone and feel ashamed due, to having been diagnosed with PTSD. No matter what the reason was for the PTSD or the cause of it, the fact that we were diagnosed with it, guys, this is not something to play with. This is not something to try to deal with on your own. So I'm really reaching out to you. And ladies, I know some of you are involved with men who have been diagnosed with PTSD. This blog is for you also. This blog is for you. And please leave your comments. I welcome comments. Again, the comments, in my view, is for us to learn from each other, especially me. I can learn from you all. I've been diagnosed with PTSD. I know I stated that before. However, for a long time, I did not feel like there was any support for somebody like me. I suffered many things because of the PTSD. And I definitely would not exclude being isolated or feeling isolated, because there were some times that I did isolate myself because I felt ashamed. But guys, I'm here to tell you, that's not the answer. That's not the way to do it. That's not the way to do it. And I do understand, having served in the military, that we are trained to behave a certain way, and feeling ashamed is not one of them. We're supposed to suck it up and drive on, put our game faces on. You know what I'm talking about. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So I definitely get that. Again, my intention is for this blog to reach all of you, especially the female who's suffering from PTSD due to military sexual trauma. Especially you. because I know as a female that there's a little spin on it. There's a little spin on it as far as like the PTSD go. There's a little spin on it because some of us, due to the PTSD, we suffer from certain female issues due to stress and anxiety, depression from having PTSD. This blog is for you. And again, I welcome your comments. I'd love your comments to learn from you. And in some ways, you will be supporting me as well. I want my blog to be the first step in you making the decision to reach out and get the support that you need or you feel you need. Some of you are not there yet, and I understand that. However, again, this blog is for those who suffer from PTSD. Thank you. Good day.